as I was I was going through some old pictures, just cleaning stuff off for this, and I had a video of making funnel cakes with the kids, and literally, I could smell the funnel cakes as I'm sitting in the closet. Like,
that's amazing.
at first, I was like, "Oh, no. Oh yeah, this is the stuff." But
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just
that's good.
Putting memories and visualization with sound, things I see, as well as the smells. Just not the touch, taste, that's the usual stuff.
Right.
Okay. I like it. So I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to keep this video. I can just erase this.
Right, and you can actually have like memory of it.
Yes, I hold a lot of stuff. Like I have like gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes of stuff. So until I like actually watch it, then I can watch it, memorize, visualize, add the things to it, then I don't need it anymore.
You know what though? I think our generation, because what year were you born?
84.
We were right at the cusp of never having memories on pictures and on because I don't know, there was a weird time between 84 and 90, right in the 80s, where a lot of people who took pictures and stuff took pictures, but like I don't have a lot of baby pictures. And so like now, I have like over 40,000 photos on my phone.
Yes.
Because I want all pictures.
I
want all the pictures, even if it's from something stupid.
I want all the pictures.
I want all the pictures.
I'm the one taking the pictures.
Yeah, me too.
My dad was the one who did the recording. Always, he had the big one. He had the big body on the shoulder. He had that one. And I remember as a kid, when he go to work, I'd just be in the closet, just be like, I'd open it up, get it out, mess with it, put it back, take the tape and put it back in there. Yeah. And I would say that's probably where all this came from. Like my whole interest in that, just wanting to record something.
Yeah. But that's ingrained, that's a cool thing ingrained, probably DNA by your dad. That was a passion from him, and now that's a passion from you. It's not coming from a place of trying to. That's amazing.
And when I look back at all the pictures and whatnot, it's what I've been doing all the time. I took pictures in high school. My mom always took us to Walmart to get them done. So I remember being at the 1 hour photo and looking through the what are those called? The negatives. Looking through the negatives and looking through those and picking out all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, me too.
I have the pictures that you have that we used to before cool phones. You would take a picture of the picture. Then the picture would have a big flash from the camera.
Yeah, totally. Oh
the Polaroids. Yeah. They come out and then write the stuff on the front and the back. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
It's funny, we were doing magic back then. That had no idea.
Yeah, we had no idea.
I must say, what? When were you born?
89.
89?
I was on the edge of 89 too.
Yeah.
I was December 27th, 89. So I was almost a 90s baby. I got under the cool radar real fast, like just barely.
Oh gosh.
I was under the 80s for just a second. So
what's your first creative memories? Like what is it, like if someone says, how far do you go back? What's your first memories of? What would it be?
I actually don't go very far back. I kind of vaguely remember being little, like feeling really little, but I don't have any like memories of little. I know, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like I remember being like little and looking up at my parents and being like, I just remember that, but I don't have any like memories. My first creative memory, I guess, is when I would like make worm pies and like mud pies and stuff as a kid and like being outside. I remember doing stuff like that. And my mom was always like free with like expression work. So like she would always have like crayons and markers and paper and paint and stuff like that. So
big painter.
Yeah.
So for now, outside of here, how do you create? Like, what is your best way of creating? Like, whether it's painting, drawing, speaking, sitting, yoga, what do you do now?
We garden a lot. Yeah.
I love gardening.
We've been gardening a lot.
Oh my gosh. All right. Now who's the digger and who's the plant picker? Because usually it's not both, but
no. So Chris is doing the digging for sure, 100%. We call it co-piloting and being the pilot and co-piloting because he'll like spearhead an idea. He'll be like, okay, this is my vision, my dream. What would you like to add? What can we like? How can we make this work? Kind of situation. So, yeah, he's the one taking like the lead, and I'll do like the pretty stuff around too. Like he'll be like, okay, this bed for this bed for that, and I'm like, oh, we could put flowers in there too.
Okay,
like that's kind of how he's doing it all. He like his gardening stuff is all in his mind. He has a vision, and so
yeah.
I
would say my first early gardening experiences, my dad made sure that I did. Mom has to have 2 flower gardens. I was telling my cousin the other day, mulch. We did mulch.
Oh yeah.
Wheelbarrow stuff, picking the weeds out, replacing the black plastic thing down, and doing all of that.
Yep.
Like, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's your what do you think about? Like, what goes through your mind when those first things are sprouting?
Oh, full-blown excitement, like success. Like, oh my gosh, we did it. And it's so dumb because it happens so great naturally.
Yeah.
And you're like, this happens all the time. But it's you putting it in there and you're like, okay, I put that seed there and it's actually working.
Yes.
It's liking the thing that's hard for me is that when like a few months go by and then pests start to attack, I'm like, well, they need homes too, but also stop stealing my fruit.
Yeah. You see the deer tracks in the
yeah. And I'm just like, okay, like you need your food, but also stop because that's not cool.
Oh yes.
But we really do like that. So that first like little sprout is so exciting.
Yeah.
I actually have lettuce for you in the fridge.
I will take some.
Yeah.
I will definitely take some. Oh my gosh. For here. What are some positives about this place that you've seen, just like the garden?
Yeah.
You started, and now you've seen so many things grow.
Yeah.
In the building, habits and whatnot. So what things have you seen grow for yourself?
Confidence, I think, in myself.
Yes.
That I can do it. That has been huge because I feel like so I started massage school when I was younger. I was like 17, and then I was in high school still, and I did the weekends and did massage school, but then my ankle acted up again from I had an accident when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And then when I was from about 20 to 25, my ankle wasn't the best and I couldn't stand and work. So I decided I needed to get, medical attention. So we had the surgery and everything. And so it's just been a slow progression of how hard I can push myself, I guess. And so that's kind of where I am, just seeing how much I can physically do and how much like I can help and, create a space and have a vision and just go for it.
Now with that ankle. Did you have to do any inner healing for the ankle?
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I asked it, but I just asked it just for anybody who's watching this who doesn't.
Oh my god.
Who doesn't even think in those terms, because I mean I would have just blurted it out.
Oh, absolutely.
But what did you? Was there a process that you had to go through before you accepted it? That it could be anything other than the usual 2 eyes. I feel this. I feel down, or something. However it happened. Like, how did you get to that point where you're like, you know what? There is more, and it's okay that there's more than that, and it actually stems from this.
Oh yeah. So I started right after my initial accident. I went to a massage therapist and went through emotional work with her, trying to help me get to past a certain point to try to heal myself, even to be able to not panic in certain situations. And just dealing with the pain too. So like that was huge. And then just over the years continuing to work on it. It's not been easy. Yeah. It's not fun. It's nitty gritty.
Yeah. Oh.
And you have some sort of death of your life before the accident, and then your new life after. So, when you have that kind of death of what your life could have been, or looking at it like, my life, I needed this to happen to me.
Yes.
To be able to heal myself, help people, help give people the pathway to heal them, for them to heal themselves too.
Your story now goes to another story. My first ever session of anything was basically because of kidney stones. I had kidney stones ever since I was 15. And I remember the first time the doctor said, yeah, this kind of thing happens every 7 to 8 years. So when I was 15, that feeling of I'm gonna die. Plus I had no idea what was going on. My mom was a nurse at the hospital for like 20 some years. She didn't know. Dad didn't know. So I did not know that I carried those fears of dying and expecting to die every 8 years since I was 15. And just figured it out maybe 2-3 years ago.
Wow.
So 15, 22, 29. Before I was 36, I was anticipating that. And a year before, I said, no, I got to figure it out. That's most of where a lot of the healing stuff came from.
Yeah.
Just getting into it. And once I saw what was there, it's like, huh. And that was before I even knew what a chakra was. I had no clue.
Yeah.
None.
And what you just described was a perfect analogy of subconscious programming.
Yep.
When you have someone tell you you are going to experience pain for 7 to 8 years, and
if you don't do this or that, and I did the stuff, still happened.
Because that's how powerful our mind is. They latch on to situations. They latch on to things people say, things you say to yourself, and it latches onto that, and it will, whether you want it or not, it will create that for you.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing with what the emotional work that I do is deactivating that. Let's get that out of there.
Yes.
You do not need to run on that subconscious programming. It's no longer serving you.
It does not.
So
and it affects us in so many ways that they come out as mean, angry, irritable, those sorts of things. But I mean, I had an abscess tooth for a couple months. Didn't have insurance to pay for anything, so using home remedies, those sorts of things. That's before I got into the herbs and crystals and whatnot. So you just keep telling yourself, there's something going on.
Yeah.
But I can't fix it.
Yeah.
They're not going to fix it.
They're just going to.
So, oh well, I'll just, deal with it and try to be as happy as possible.
Yeah.
And you just get into a certain habit of accepting it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, no,
no,
it's not.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. And then once you get into it, you find other things.
I feel like every little thing that we come across is just like another little stepping stone on how to compound and build on your life, because you just take that instance of your tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how am I going to deal with this? And then you just are adding to your little bag of self-care. This is when your tooth did that,
mm-hmm.
It was like your body trying to tell you something. Hey, you're mad about something. Hey, you're holding on to something that's literally killing you and causing this infection. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, how am I going to deal with this? Am I going to put a Band-Aid on it, or do I actually want to like dig deep and figure out the root cause?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it comes in the form of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
In a house with a nurse, like medicine was always available.
Oh, yeah.
Like all through, medicine was just available. I mean, you take something, you lay down, you stay up, you do this, you do that. And I got to the point where I said no medicine.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do anything. Because the morphine drip was the first time I ever got in contact with drugs. Mm, that was my first ever time doing that. And in my mid-20s.
I guess mine too.
I did not know that. I didn't know how many people had gone to the hospital. Yeah. You're in pain. You got to get morphine or Dilaudid or something else. There's something else they have. And you say, oh. And then when I go to meditation and I went through and said, oh, I actually like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know I like altered states of consciousness.
Yeah.
But that was an outsourcing way of getting to it. Yeah. And once I got to the in-source way of it, meditation, breathing, singing bowls, like use all the tools you can, and you don't have to outsource that way.
Right.
That's how I came into this massage therapy.
Yeah.
I laughed. I did a lot of laughing. A lot of laughing. Oh.
I guess you have to.
Until
you have to until you
experience it.
And I'll say this too, for years and years, people, have like just they'll just be like, oh, I'll do it, and some people are not ready, and that's okay too. I had to be ready. I was thrown into trauma crisis healing mode. I had to be ready, and then some people need time and are not ready for a long time, and that's okay. And I still hold space for them on the table. Yeah. Like I'm ready whenever you are, but that's just, that's wild. I never really thought about that, morphine, and that was the first.
Because usually when we get older, we get around each other and start talking. It's like, yeah, my first drink was here. My first time I smoked, if you ever, or pills, or did this, or did that. You don't really think about, I did take Dimetap before.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there was honestly, before the government got you, it was your parents or guardians.
Yeah.
No fault of their own.
Right.
And that, for me, helped me let go of so much blaming or they did it. It's like, nah, you do know your parents and guardians got the same program treatment you did.
Yeah. Yep.
Par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what dealing with this system is. It's just, it is that. You can't, you can not do those if you choose not to, and everyone's always trying to escape when people think about meditation or something, they're thinking about, sometimes it is appropriate to clear the mind just so you can concentrate on yourself, but a lot of people have the illusion of getting in this higher conscious state. And I think massage therapy is trying to get you to go inward and go into your body and say, ow, when she presses on that, that hurts. What's that? What's that?
Yes.
You know, and then you're just going through those, kind of being in tune to your body.
Yes.
And trying to make that synapses happen.
That has helped.
Yeah.
After any session with you, a couple years ago, I had started with the help with many others, many teachers as well, searching, changing my algorithm. So when something hurts, like the kidney stones, the first thing, kidneys, I would do spiritual meaning. So everything I do spiritual meaning their way, then I got into reflexology. So, I mean, I had bad feet for 4 years. 4 years of my life. I had some of the worst feet I'd ever had. Didn't know it had to do with depression.
Yeah.
I dealt with depression a lot. I didn't know it was there. And I had to get in touch with someone who I known before. It's like, yeah, man, your feet did stink.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know that. I remember shoes. I had to change shoes. I couldn't walk. Like, I would be standing at work 2-3 hours and I'd be ready to fall out. Back pain, all those things. I did not know how much I was carrying. No idea. So I must say, thank you.
Yay.
I have to say thank you because even on the table, look here or here, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I remember that. Okay. All right, that's on the shoulder. Right side. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me go put a picture of my dad.
Yeah.
Let's go talk. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, like the masculine, feminine.
Yep.
Like all those things now make sense because I've made them make sense. And now that I've seen other people be able to work with it, it helps me out even more. Just to even to come here to do this, it's like it's going to be information that I find. It's going to propel me for next time.
Right.
On down the road.
Yeah.
Down the road.
I mean, when you really take a look at the epigenetic history of our family line and everything and all pain, and they say, oh, did your grandmother or did your grandfather have this and that? And you're like, yeah, they did. That's because it's in the genes too. And we can also just deactivate those things.
Those are the generational curses.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight back from Adam and Eve.
Generational curses.
Straight back. Just like, man, it's unreal.
It's like, who? Oh, your grandfather had asthma.
Yeah.
Your mom had asthma. Your other aunt had asthma.
Right.
Oh yeah, it just skipped me.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm lucky. Then we just go on. But that's the program. It's to, well, it didn't happen. Then you're good. Now you can go on.
Right. So you might have something else too, depending on what kind of like trauma you experienced as a child, and then having to deactivate that, and you might have other things a little different, but history tends to repeat itself and generational stuff does too. We just have to be more aware of it, I think.
What's your what are your ways of experiencing, like the night before work or the day of work? What vibration do you like to put yourself in?
That is something I struggle with.
Yeah.
I really try. My perfect morning.
Yes, go ahead.
My perfect morning is when I wake up early.
Yes.
And I have time in the morning before I get ready to work on me, I guess. So I try to do one self-care thing.
Oh, okay.
So either I'll try to pack myself lunch. I know that's so silly, but it is so true. No,
it's true. Look, it's
so true.
It's so true. Yes.
Pack myself something good for lunch. I will get in the sauna in the morning. I try to do the sauna at night because it really calms my mind, but a good sauna session in the morning is good too. And then or I'll try to walk my dog, just around a little block, just a little self-care walk in for my mental health. And then Also, just walking barefoot in the garden is awesome.
Yes.
And then if I'm in the garden barefoot already, I'll do like my energy exercises where I trace meridians and I'm barefoot on the ground. And like, so one of them is you start from your pinky and you work your way up and you touch your ear and then up to your eye and then back down, and you feel the earth underneath you and you're just like draining it all in the earth, because your meridians, as you're tracing them, they're getting reset. So if you slept the night before, our brain is cleaning at night, and the lymphatic fluid that we have all over our tissues and everything and in our brain is cleaned at night. And then when you wake up, it gets rushed all back in your body, and then you're like, then you start processing your day. Well, if something per se gets clogged over and over again, that's where chronic stuff comes up. So if you do, it literally takes 7 minutes. It's not very long. And I do it so much. I do it a lot, but I still have to watch a video myself because I'm like, how does this go? How does that go? I still do.
Oh, and I will say, I guess shouts out to Rockefellers in public school, private school, whatever. They trained us in that mindset to, it's an or else. That fear of not knowing that what kind of Nike this is. That you're supposed to be embarrassed about that. And it's like, no, not even close. Like once we accept and read and meditate on, you are what you attract. And once you see that for yourself, it is beautiful. What do you look like? What do you look to attract? Like, what is your that vibe that you see in others that you're like, you know what? I like when that reflects back to me. It's okay. I love when this reflects back to me.
Honestly, I really like it when I have an interaction with someone where I just feel like their heart's open to me, and it's just like they're just there. It's just that person, just unauthentically just there. I really do like that. That's okay. And when I feel like all my clients are that, I feel like I attract the people who need me. And I need them. I need to also see what I say to them. And so I need to do that too. Like being that. Able to see it being able to see it. And that's why I have such an open conversation with my clients, because I'm like, when I tell you something, I definitely know it's also for myself too. So I'm just taking it in as mirror too, because that's our experiences in life.
That is true.
So
what is so for the things like the Meridian, things of listening to the clients, do you have any books, movies that you enjoy before?
Like during my day, like
during like even like when you were starting out or anything like that. Because I know some people aren't as avid as movie watchers and whatnot. But there are some things that come up to you like, I got to.
One of my favorite movies when I was starting massage and everything is What the Bleep Do We Know? Have you ever heard that?
I've heard that.
It's just a good movie, and you can watch it with your kids, and like they'll get it, and it's like fun interaction and like description of how what happens in our brain is synapsing in our body. So I mean, that's one of my favorite things. That was a great Great movie. And it's like on Amazon Prime or something. Like you can really just, it's available. And then my favorite book would be Messages from the Body.
Oh, I think I'll have to download it.
It's not like really a reading book. It's more like an encyclopedia.
Ooh, nice.
So it will go and you can type in heart attack. You can type in cancer. You can type in right big toe burning. You can type in knee replacement, hamstring pain, neck pain, headaches, like anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And it will tell you a paragraph of what kind of emotional patterns that has set in your body.
Like that.
It's really amazing.
I like that.
Do you want to give them like an example?
Yes, please.
So what would you like me to type in?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be personal.
Just it has to be right shoulder, because this
right shoulder.
This right shoulder is right shoulder. It was one of those I tore it like in the 6th or 7th grade. And yesterday at work, I was carrying something. I was like, I don't have enough balance, and I was carrying it, and I went to pick something up while holding something, and my mom was just like, "Don't do that.
Yeah,
you put too much on yourself." And I literally picked it up, and my shoulder started hurting. I said, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And then it hurt for a little bit. I came back, I just breathed, and it was gone.
Yeah.
But I was still just like, the fact that I wanted to do it, even though my body literally said,
I know.
Enough. So right shoulder.
Yeah, right shoulder.
Right
okay.
Shoulder.
Here we go. Would you say it's the joint or the blade? It's up here, right? You said your pain is like up in here.
Yeah.
I guess that would be considered the joint, because this is how specific this book is.
Oh.
It's shoulder problems, shoulder blade, shoulder joint, frozen shoulder, shoulder tension. Like it goes.
I've had shoulder deep. Issues.
Yeah.
All throughout. Like.
Okay, so you ready? Right shoulder joint. What are you doing? They are deeply alarmed at the turn that things are taking. They feel that of a ship of fools taking us down the tubes. They therefore feel a drastic need to take hands-on control of the situation and or system. At the same time, they have had it up to the gills with this kind of responsibility. But then again, they feel like they can't stand and let it happen. So that is the result, that they are prone to become immobilized in conflict, frustration, and self-cancellation. Perf.
There's some in there, and these are the things I write down.
Oh yeah.
And these are in my notes.
Yeah, these are in my notes.
Like these are things I write out, and I'm just like, oh, is that my right hip? Oh gosh, hips, emotions.
Yeah. And
I'm just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But that has been the thing for me, is accepting of the emotions instead of trying to cancel them out with happiness.
Oh yeah,
that's something I used to do a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to try to override it. It's like, no, it's okay. But for the most part, I think many of us don't get that time and space and freedom to be able to express it to someone that's just going to be like, oh, okay, I got you. Oh, you need to yell? Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But those are the reasons we like our coaches. We like certain type of teachers, because you can express yourself to them and they can take it because they have an understanding of who you are, and more than anything else, they understand themselves. Right. More than enough. And that is one thing that I have captured from you as well. Yeah. Is you know these things for yourself because you have done them.
Mm-hmm.
You are them.
Yeah.
Like it's part of your being. It's not just something that you do over here or over there.
Right.
Like I asked you a question, you came through the book. You came with a book, just
yeah.
Like
it's my favorite book. It's so amazing. Like, and that's just, I want to know the truth and the hidden issue of everything. I don't want to just band-aid it over. I might for a little bit, and then there's nothing wrong with a good band-aid. It stops the burn.
Stops burn.
It potentially can make it better. It can potentially make it not worse because your infection can't get in there. There's nothing wrong with a good band-aid, but at the same time, what's the real issue?
Are you going to take care of the band-aid later on?
Yeah, are you going to take care of the band-aid later on?
Most times we just leave it on. We're just used to band-aid, leave it on, forget about it, those sorts of things. You know, it's just like if you and your husband are out to eat at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and the text comes in and there's an actual issue for either one of you.
Right.
An internal issue that's going on. But it's like, wait a minute, we got to enjoy our time for the next couple hours. Let's put a band-aid on it.
Yeah, I'll deal with this.
We'll deal with this later. So I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Don't get rid of the band-aid. Just actually remind yourself to take care of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what is your perception of balance? Like your own perception of balance. Like, what does balance look like for you?
That is really hard. I'm an extreme person.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah. That's something I really struggle with too, is my own balance, and I'm starting to do that now.
Yeah.
Even the fact that I allowed myself to have fun and talk to you.
That's good. That is good. Oh my gosh, I tell Stacey that same thing. Is it good?
It's good because I literally could be thinking oh, I could be working right now.
I mean, you could be.
I could be.
I mean, honestly, you
could. I could be. And I could be, I don't know, helping somebody. I could be making money. I could be doing something.
I have this goal.
Yeah.
We have these goals. You know, we're trying to go here. We're trying to get this.
Yeah.
Trying to get this link, this over here.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that balance. So balance is really hard, but I'm working on it. And those like self-care things that I'm actually implementing, and I'm doing those things in the morning. Balance to me is an art of like mind, spirituality, your mind, your emotional state. Like, it's everything, dude. It's everything. Balance is like, I feel like I'm almost to that point where I can say I live a balanced life, because I don't want anything to do with like, I don't want anything to do with what this world has to offer. So like spiritually, very balanced, emotionally trying to be balanced, all with the help of God, of course. But you know, here I am, the divine source of life itself. I have to be okay. Let's do it.
I mean, that's what the faith for.
Yeah, like let's do it. This is what I have to keep trying to make balance in my life. I think it's really important.
It does. I would say even those morning rituals that you do, like it creates space for you to think about more balancing things.
Oh yeah.
And to experience the feelings of it.
Yeah.
Not just check,
right.
Check. It's and at 4 o'clock when those triggers are coming again, it's a
right.
Or you catch yourself looking at the trees just a little bit longer than usual, and it's just taking you back to those same times where you don't realize why you went outside.
Yes.
Like, I went outside twice. Why did I just go to my car twice?
Right.
Oh, hey, there's a bird. Oh, that's great. You know, there's so many signs and symbols around us, and when we take the time to get to that place where we can sit still, and it's not so much of a clearing of the mind where everything is gone, but it's you're putting yourself in a state. So now we can ask those questions.
Oh, 100%.
Now you know, now I can ask God about this car that I want.
Yeah.
Or I can ask about the school I'm about to go to.
Yeah.
Or I just met this business person. Let me give me a feeling.
Yeah.
You know, let me meditate about it.
Yeah. 100%.
Let me.
Yeah.
Or
and back to smelling the roses. Love that. Like that's an old expression, but it is so needed.
Stop. Just stop.
Just stop.
You don't have to keep going, even though we are programmed to be that way. And it's, you know, it has its place.
Yeah.
It has its place. I mean, there are many times we need to keep going. You need that Taurus energy. We just gonna push forward, but then there are times you need to rest.
Yeah, when that pendulum, I feel like the balance is when that pendulum swings and realizing we need to kind of keep it right in here. You know?
Yes.
Instead of making the pendulum swing and be like, woo, and big
swings.
Yeah.
Big swings. We're over here.
Yeah.
And then we're over there.
Right. The extremes. You can do both. Like with work, life, home balance, that is huge. That balance of like maybe not being here until 7, 8 at night, and then trying to be home.
Yeah.
You know, not being here at 9:30 in the morning until 7 at night. You know, like just that kind of balance. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, no.
We're recording.
Oh, we are. Oh,
yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, we are.
I was just looking at the time.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I don't know if you can notice. I could do this.
Oh, I could do this
all day.
I could do this all day. I didn't even know that we were actually like recording until I looked over and I was like, oh yeah, we are recording. Okay, let's just go with it.
There's something about hitting a record button and then it says you are now recording. I despise it.
Really?
I do. And
the way you did it was so natural. I didn't even notice.
I haven't gotten to the space where I've done like openings. Like, hi, my name is
right.
Although I should introduce you with your name.
I guess.
I'm sorry, we'll do it at the end.
Okay.
My name is William Stevenson. How are you? What is your name for today?
Hi. Oh, my name is Meaghan Letize. Yeah. Letize. It's like it's hard to say. It was not it wasn't originated to be pronounced that way. But when the Italians came over, this is my husband's story. This is his genetics. But when his family came over, they were Letizia, and so that feels more natural for me to say. But they changed it over the years just to be more American, so they didn't get discriminated against.
Makes sense.
But my maiden name is O'Buckley, and I always said that I wanted to keep that, and I didn't want to get married. And I was like, if I do get married, I'm gonna keep my name. And then I ended up taking my husband's name, but it's just funny how that happens. So.
Do you like your name? Like, were you always a person who liked your name?
No, I hated my name. I hated Meaghan. Everyone, I guess I didn't hate Meaghan. There was times where in school when it was like, everyone was named Meaghan.
Yeah.
And I wanted something
not as common.
Honestly, my alter ego is Sage.
Hey, come on.
Like that name, Sage. Like that is kind of like my. I don't know if I could pick a name. I would love that name. Or like something super like that would be so funny. And I would love that. But I've come to embody Meaghan, I guess. I love that it's the longer
not the standard
spelling.
Not the standard
spelling. I like the longer Meaghan, and it's kind of a family name because my aunt was Meg and now I'm Meaghan. It's kind of cool. Yeah. And all my siblings are M's. Yeah,
Right.
all of our initials are MJO. Yeah. So my dad was the original Michael John O'Buckley, and then everybody else is MJO. Yeah.
It's similar for me. My youngest son has my middle name of Alan. Strangely enough, my oldest son has, his name is Amari. I go by Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked up Mars from like way, it was one of my favorite planets growing up.
Uh-huh.
Although I didn't know that Aries is like my moon sign.
Oh, uh-huh.
Libra is my sun. Stacy's a Virgo. Virgo's my ascendant. So like all the numbers, all the birthdays, all my kids' birthdays are in January.
Oh, that's funny.
Like one's born on the 5th, one's born on the 9th, one's born on the 14th. 5 and 9 is 14. My mom was born on the 14th.
Uh-huh.
So it's like all those sorts of things are in. My dad and Stacy were born on they're both 8 numbers. He was born on the 26th, she was born on the 8th.
Huh.
So like there's a lot. There's a lot that coincides. I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to meet you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so true, like the way things resonate like that to some, if you actually like look for the connections are there. There's no such thing as coincidence.
Oh gosh, if I could just take the word
away of coincidence. I feel like a coincidence is just an excuse to not believe in something bigger. I feel.
I will say though, I see how it happens now because with the preteens, I am seeing, oh my gosh, I was exactly like you.
I know, it's wild.
Was I really that just unclued in? It's like,
right.
Yeah, you just had other things that you were doing.
Yeah.
So is there, last one, are there any things that you know now that you look back and you had to release judgment of yourself on that you didn't know at the time that you feel like expressing?
Yeah, just I guess I don't know.
Because I will only say one of the things that I heard from various others, like it's Blue. She does a Planet remix on YouTube. She says there's things of always and never. Write down your always and write down your nevers. And when you put those in there, then you see some of the things that the narratives that you carry with you over and over and over and over.
I guess something that I don't know. That's a stumper.
Like last year, I got on the boat for the first time in the water. And I was always the person that said I would never go out in the middle of the water with anything. I was out, and I was actually on the swim team growing up.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the way,
I got
scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in a way, what you repel, you retract. If you're constantly worried about getting in a car accident, you're gonna get in a car accident.
I was in 7 car accidents.
Oh my God.
I've been in 7 car accidents.
Oh my God.
I've broken at least 15 bones. I've broken both ankles, wrists.
I'm your massage therapist, and I didn't even know that.
I've broken a lot of things. I had asthma growing up.
Yeah.
Like I had to do the breathing treatment, the breathing machine, carry the inhaler. Oh my gosh. That was one of the things that got me through smoking.
Oh, really?
I was on smoking for at least 10, 12 years. And through meditation, it was, oh yeah, the first time you ever did that was an inhaler. And I would just got comfortable with depending on something to help me breathe.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because a lot of times people who smoke cigarettes, it is.
And then there's a relief.
Oh my God, yes.
So I would do that in the meditation. I would.
Right.
And I would feel that feeling. I said, that's why I've just replaced nicotine with with albuterol. That's all I did.
Yeah.
That's honestly all I did. I did not know that. Had no clue. And I tried to quit forever. I didn't know how, but it was just another progression.
That's amazing.
Got through with that, so.
Yeah, I feel like we do things to dampen or to heal wounded parts of us. Yeah, that's huge.
And just like you said, with that book, that's in the same energy of there's something going on. There's something underneath as well. Mm-hmm. If I can find a root, then I'll never have to tell this story again to myself. Yeah. And then when someone else asks me, I'll have something different to say. I won't have to say, oh well. Right. It always happens, or it's always like that, or I'm always going to be that way. Yeah. I mean, if I'm always going to be that way, I might as well be great. Yeah. You don't have to be. I do have a hard time being always late. And I say that out loud. Yeah. I do. I say that out loud. I'm like, I'm always late. You know me. Oh, I'm always running behind. I've done it. I have done it. And I have to watch myself and be like, no, you have a different choice. And that's kind of what I'm doing with waking up earlier in the morning. I mean, I'm sure it does help. I've always been a night owl. I still am a night owl. Yeah. But it's getting less and less. Mm-hmm. And I realized that when the sun goes down, and that's kind of your time to go to sleep for a reason. It's okay to go to sleep. It's okay. We're kind of designed to do that, but I get real bad FOMO, and I think something else is going on, and I need to be a part of it. Even if I'm alone in my living room, I still feel like that. I do that as well. I'm like, I could read something. Or I could do another meditation. Or I could do this, or I could do that. It's just like, just go to sleep. You do dream. I mean, a lucid dream. That's true. Write down the dreams. And I do love dreaming. It's not as if I'm not doing that. So I'm like, why am I still up? Yeah. But habits are they're only hard to break if you believe that they're hard to break. Yeah, and usually they're hard to break because you don't know how to, or you don't know that there is a way for you to actually handle it. And I think too, when you once your subconscious is heard, like your whole inhaler thing, where you were like, okay, I'm breathing in from this inhaler and that's why I want to smoke. Oh, okay. Then I can deactivate that and say, I no longer need that. That no longer serves me. And you can make a conscious choice to change that. And I feel like a lot of people don't put two and two together. It took me a while. Mm-hmm. It takes everybody. It took me a while. Like that feeling of, I have to be right or else. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what lengths are you willing to go to be right? Because believe it or not, everyone believes they're right. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to. Yeah. Like we are two people functioning in a subconscious programming that we see things, we may think that we're seeing things the same, and it's so not. It's so not. Now, when you have interactions with people and you get like weird vibes, that's never wrong. And or if you got good vibes and you've got going on, that was probably true too. But Hey, as a person, I used to do customer service at the hotel Town Place Suites right off 33. Yeah, that really helped me with that. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn it down. I was gonna just turn the music down because it was loud. It's actually 3:05. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's 3:05. I've got another good 10 minutes in me if you want. I will keep talking. I will keep talking. I thought I had to leave at 3, but I can leave. My appointment is, and I really don't have to leave until like 3:15 or 3:30. Well, we will give 5 more minutes. That sounds good. At 3:10. That sounds good. It's not our you're not rushing or
I
scurrying.
hope that the volume of the music wasn't too loud.
Oh no.
And we could actually hear our voices. It picks it up.
We're good.
Okay, we're good.
Oh, we're good.
We're good. Wait, what else did I want to talk about?
Oh, go ahead. Please
forgot.
do.
There was so the emotion code. I feel like everybody needs to know about the emotion code.
I have books. I got plenty of books on it. Oh my God.
It's insane. I feel like once you learn how to muscle test yourself and you can tap into your subconscious and get simple yes or no questions answered, if you have the ability to muscle test yourself for vitamins and emotions, you are ahead of the game. I feel.
Yeah.
I sit in front of my medicine cabinet every morning and I'm looking at all my vitamins and I'm testing myself. I'll hold the vitamin in my hand and test myself. Do I need this? Does my body need this morning? And my body will either say yes or no, and just I'll take the vitamins. And the days that I do that, instead of just taking this herb because I've heard it's good for this.
Yes.
And if you just do it, then it might work, but it might not be beneficial for you.
Sure.
Like people always say like, oh, green smoothies are really good for.
I remember that stage of mine.
Yeah, green smoothies. But if you have kidney problems, and you're chopping up a bunch of kale and spinach together, that's the combo, kale and spinach together, will make you drop kidney stones.
I do remember. I ate a lot of kale in my 20s.
Yeah. So here you are, your body, sure, maybe they do need to pass, but maybe there's a different way that you can go about doing that. So if your body knows what vitamins are if you've taken them before. Your brain has a analog of what vitamins, pathogens, anything that we've ever put in or on our body. Your brain has a memory of it. So, if you take vitamin B or whatever, you can test yourself. Do I need vitamin B right now? And you'll see it. Your body will see if you really need it or if you don't. If it's not beneficial at this time, sometimes I ask, can I take this tonight? Can I take it tonight or in a few hours? Like if it's a no, can I take it in an hour and a half? Yeah. Then my body's like, yeah, you're going to need it then. So, I mean, the emotion code and knowing how to test yourself is just, dude, you're ahead of the game.
How do I get those two?
Me.
Okay.
I'm going to start in June or July. I'm going to do a class where everyone will come up here and I will teach you how to test yourself for vitamins. That would be class 1.
Yeah.
Class 2 will probably be the emotions. So, and then class 3 will be how to muscle test somebody else. Because I learned the other way, which was hard.
Yeah.
I learned how to muscle test other people, but I never knew how to muscle test myself. So I'd always rely on other people to muscle test for me.
Yeah.
And, that's not always really reliable because I can't be around somebody all the time to test me for things.
That's true.
We have to rely on ourselves.
That's true. If not, we panic.
Yeah.
Then fear.
Then codependency.
Then you're telling yourself all sorts of things.
Right.
And we know exactly where that goes.
Exactly where that goes. I mean, I feel like those two things, man, if you can do those on a daily basis, you can spring forward your family and your health, I would say 100-fold.
Yeah.
Just, it's incredible. Yeah.
So you'll be writing a book on this?
Oh my gosh, I hope.
Yes.
Like maybe 10 years, 10-year
even
goals.
Even a PDF pamphlet.
It's true.
10 pages.
I'm gonna do that.
I was about to say,
yeah,
just a little, some pictures, boom,
Yeah.
picture here, picture there, a little something here.
Yeah, I am gonna do that because this
5,000 people downloading it in a month. I mean, come on.
Because all these little things are little tools to help us get by.
Yes.
We're not gonna, the collective, we can't really change much of that, but we can change ourselves, and we can interact with people who can change.
If you really think about it, this is the grow your own food.
Oh yeah.
This is grow your own food.
Yeah, this is growing your own
You're
food.
You're growing your own rituals. You're growing your own magic. You're growing your own thought forms.
Right.
So you don't have to, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
You'll know exactly what to do.
Back to what you were talking about with popping, like, oh, I have a headache. Let's just pop some Tylenol.
And forget about
it. Yeah, but actually going, okay, body, why do I have a headache? Is it because of something I ate today? Was it because an emotional thing? And then you can just go, okay, cool. Let's get rid of that.
Hey, sometimes your head hurts because it's the day your grandma died, like 15 years ago. And then
100%.
And it's like, that's why your aunt has been calling you, or your cousin has been calling you. And you're just like, why are they calling me now? And
right.
All those things are coming up. I mean, we didn't even get into past lives or anything like that. So I mean, there's so many factors than just what we see.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the hang up is for others. Because I mean, it was for myself.
Yeah.
It's just getting past that. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, guys, when we're watching Stranger Things, I can point out everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I can watch a show or a movie and say, oh wow, they started off with red. I guess we're at the root shop. I guess we gotta work our way up. Yeah. Oh wow, they're all dressed in purple. Enlightenment. Oh, you're a number 13. 13, Christ consciousness, those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, quick, my tooth was hurting today. So I got up, and usually I touch this part. I said, you know what? There was something in the messages for an as above, so below. So I was like, all right, let me just go down here.
Mm-hmm.
I felt a little something. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because it's not up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's something down in here. And we can flush that out.
Yeah, and move it out your lymph nodes and get things moving. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah.
Oh, I want to do this again.
I do too. Let's do part 2 for sure.
Whenever you have more time.
Yeah, I mean, let's definitely do part 2. And like, now that we kind of had it rolling, it's going to be easy for us to just pop in and out, and it won't be a thing. I've wanted to do a massage podcast, but also I don't think everyone wants to hear all that all the time.
Well, I'll tell you, I do.
I know.
And I record it because a lot of my joy is seeing the reflection of other people's joy. Like when you're into what you're into, I can definitely be happy about that, because I know that whenever I'm spreading information, spreading my truth, whenever you're speaking your truth, spreading your truth, you're in the highest vibration possible.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm around that, like, keep going.
And I really, that's what I hope too. I hope that when you hear something and you do your own research and you look it up yourself, don't take my word for it. Look it up, because there's tons of people who do emotion code, muscle testing, applied kinesiology, massage, myofascial work, deep tissue work, trauma healing. It's out there. The information is out
Yes.
there. I had to actually live it myself a little bit to figure it out. But I mean,
same here.
I mean, just if you feel like you know what you need to heal yourself, you just have to listen to it.
There's a knowing. There is an inner knowing. You are connected to those things. Just slow down a little bit. More is clearing out those things that you don't need, and just gaining more understanding of it, not judging yourself for it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, if you work a 9 to 5, don't judge yourself about 9 to 5. Just check out why you're there.
Right.
That's it. Or why are you there still? Because there is a spiritual purpose of you being there. There's a spiritual purpose of someone working at a gas station.
Yeah.
Customer service. You bringing a smile for people coming in.
Right.
You're having a smile for yourself. I mean, I'd rather not spend 8 hours talking about how much I don't like the day. Those days are gone.
Right.
Those days are gone. And that's what I want to continue spreading.
Yeah.
Be happy about what you're doing.
Yep. I totally agree.